I am on mute. Can you hear me now? Okay. I unmuted my manual mic, but I didn't unmute my stuff. Anyway. Hello! Also, Pokemon Day is in February. But yes, I changed direction. One of these should automatically count, and one of them I'm manually counting. I don't have a capture card for... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I don't have a capture card for my 3DS. That is running, okay. You're the mute! Hello, hello. Hello, young clicks. How are you doing? I will squeal and I will show off this if this does it, but... But yeah. I've muted the game because otherwise it would just be me like doing the same like loops over and over again. But yeah. It's more I wanted to lock in on this hunt for a bit and get a few bits done. I didn't have the effort for the shiny decks and I could stop this whenever. I just wish I could change this icon to the fire red icon, but it's a girl. It's not shiny though. Rejected. Nice to think it's just so you're shiny before getting started on skippable cutscene. Yeah, it's when you try and leave the lab is when the guy battles you. Just warning Vanny, I was running by fire and Leaf Green took over 5 streams. Yeah, so it's a 1 in 8,000 chance. So 8,000 is about 50-50. I'm expecting 15,000 reset. 15,000? 1,500 resets. No, 15,000. 15,000 resets, because it's okay. Yeah. I normally crochet while doing this, but I've got something else on the side as well. But yeah. I know this is a long hunt, so, but I didn't want to... I just wanted to fiddle with buttons today. I didn't want to, what's the word? I didn't want to go around and hunt shinies for ZA. I just like to jam to some music because I've had a paperwork morning, so. Also, if you have voting today, remember to go out and vote. Green Frog does not like people. He does not. I see 2 more 10 pen pal letters. Are you working on your replies? Oh, hell yeah. I want to actually bring up my stats. How long it takes for a reset on this currently. It's a 24-second reset currently. That's if I'm quick. I have done more resets than this, but this is when I decided to actually get serious. That's how many resets I've done. I could do 2 at the same time. Should I do my Latias hunt as well? Hold on. Has this got power? But I can only track 2, I think. Is this on? charge that a sec. Alright, this one should load up. So I'm resetting on Ultra Sun on one of them. The other one I can't count, but I tend to have more luck, and we know that gamblers are superstitious, that's just a thing, but I tend to have more luck on my white DS than I do with my metallic black one. I wish I could track which hunt I did on which. I guess the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon one. On my shiny decks. Ultra Moon's always been in the white one. I have to make sure just not to count for the Latias that I'm doing as well. Oh, I do want it. I don't want to nickname it. I give name to Bob. Give name Bulbasaur. No. Lime will get a name when we get to the name name rater. It's like playing with a big fidget board. Hey, how is everybody today? Like, there's some movement on the phlegm in my lungs, so it's a bit better. I'm working on Fish. Oh, I'm sorry. At least you only did one this time instead of 400. Fish. I'll load up fish for you. But yeah, this is part of what I'm making. I'm making a poncho. This is the second colorway that's going into the poncho. I've been crocheting it a little bit while just watching things. Alright, fish. Loaded. If you do, exclamation mark fish at Cloudy but Calm. Cloudy, because you're a mod, you can do that. You can redeem your own fish for free as a refund, a retry. That's one of those. Really? Okay, let's lower my setup a little bit. That should work. That should work. Destro's done it before, and that should work. Oh my goodness, am I not connected? Oh my fucking god! Why have you disconnected me, fish? Okay, try again. I've done it before because it's like, well, it doesn't because it opens up a secondary window that's not captured. I'm mutely blocking what you get from the fish though, hold on. If I bring this forward, then I can put this on top of this and make it. really know where to put it. Because, like... I don't know. You can hear me press just the button. It's my B button. It makes a slightly different noise. What we got? Oh, it's not a shiny. But yeah, we're just chilling. We're just hanging out. Oh, shit. Can you imagine if I was aiming for a shiny of a specific gender? Oh my god. Because shinies. Starters are split favoring male gender, right? Hey, Nightbot's predicting I get the shiny soon. I didn't want to give it a nickname, I'm not gonna lie. Bam, 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 bam. Is that the door? Oh, did that count it twice? It probably did. No nickname. It will, as I said, any shiny hunt I do, they will get a nickname at the name rater, just because if I name every single one, the reset's gonna take forever. Yes, I want to go with the grass Pokemon Bulbasaur. This is what I do in my spare time, by the way. You're there like, what the fuck? This is what I do. Except I listen to copyrighted music, which I can't do here. Ah! There we go. Mine does he hits A. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. No, that's not the one I count one for. Like, on the one hand, I wish I had capture cards, but there would be so many cables all around my desk for the 3DSs. Oh, no, not worth. But yeah, these are long hunts. I'm doing full odds shiny hunts. on the 3DSs. One is for Latias, but I can't display that. And one is for Groudon, but that's the one I'm actively counting. I didn't... Oh, it's a Goral. But yeah, I'm not expecting an early shiny at all. No need to Bulbasaur. So what do you do? What do you do with your autism? This is what I do with mine. Oh, another girl! 2 girls in a row? Damn! So I'm playing the drums on the 3DS. Manifesting a shiny Goral. I'm just manifesting a shiny. Like, I've got 3 hunts going on. But I only have... I didn't want to, but... Oh, it's another Goral! Is this 3 Goral in a row? So we're looking for basically the colours of the bulb. That lime green is on the body instead of up on the bulb. Basically the colours are inverted. It's a very pretty shiny sprite. Much more obvious than the modern ones. Oh, I can't do that with my head. Oh! It's a terrible idea. At least the reset buttons are really easy. So for his little tutorial on how to do it for those who don't know. And I believe this also works if you have it on the old... If you have it on the old Advance, I believe this is the same. Might not be. Is this not? I can't remember what. I've got colour in Advance down there for stuff. I don't have a Poke Transporter though, so if I did play some of the older games on there, I wouldn't be able to move them over. But yeah, like, don't get your hopes up to get the shiny on the main screen. Like, this is a just chatting stream with some colours happening in the background, like... I think I'm actually only going to be able to do the one because keep looking down like that is, oh, hurting my head. I wish they showed whether it was shiny in that icon there. It'd be so much easier to do there. Yeah, so the refresh for this is all 4 of these buttons at once. So if you press, it will reset this instead of having to close out the game. And if you're resetting on 3DS, so this is the 3DS, mine's a little dirty. Hold on, let me actually get to the reset part. So when you're here, we have your, you click both of these, oh, where's the camera? Both of these back buttons and start and select at the same time. And it will refresh the game back to title screen. Instead of having to close out and reload the game each time. I actually use the heel of my hand to do the refresh on the main screen. Is it still counting? It should be. I might go away a bit. But yeah, the main screen with the Bulbasaur is counting automatically. Oh, well, it's a boy. But yeah, once I get my shiny, I'm going to play through the game. I'm doing a debate. Part of me wants to do a shiny lock, but I know it's basically impossible with these odds. I'm going to say I'm glad today I didn't go with a Pokemon game that has one movement in it. Put in. Okay. A lot of people, when they play their first Pokemon game, they get a shiny and they don't know why or what it is and just assume that it's like, oh, okay, in this area it's this colour, okay. I know that there's someone I watch who went to a particular cave where Zubats were, I believe, in Fire Red and Leaf Green, I'm not sure, so in this game. And they were green, and he was there like, oh, okay, I'll come back and get a green one later. I mean, I remember, oh shit, the first Pokemon I missed, first shiny I missed was a Gloom in Pokemon Moon. It was one I was actively hunting for, but I couldn't tell that it was green because of the way the 3D shiny, the 3D models in the first 3D games looked. So I still keep myself. I've done that before when I was young. It was a Pidgey in Soul Silver. I had no idea what shinies were. And I think everybody who... I want to play Soul Silver, but I think everybody who plays the games is like... has that story, right? The later realization. I like that these are a similar refresh. Oh, fuck me. Not a similar refresh if I do that. I was like, oh cool, the page is green. I already have a picture though. Yeah. While we're on the topic of shinies, what are your favourite shinies? And bonus question, what are your favourite shiny sprites? Because shinies look different in each game. I think if you've ever seen Groudon's Primal Groudon shiny, that's a good one. It's like black with lava in it. Black shinies are always cool. Haxorus is a good shiny. I'm trying to think what other shinies I like. I love a classic water Pokemon goes pink. That's a good like Kingdra, Seadra. Milotic shiny is brilliant. Also, I want a little detail noted. You know, we played a bit of Pokopia on stream, and there was a diagonal flooring that was in Pokopia. It's not shiny, but I was set to say that's this floor. Do you like the Aurora shiny, the white one? The white shinies are also pretty cool. The unfortunate thing is, I think it's basically impossible because they only have local trading. I mean, as I say, basically impossible to get the shiny charm, but I'm thinking, like, technically I have 2 switches in this version of this game. So if I got the other version of the game and virtual carded it on my other Switch 1, technically I could. But Ember with blue flames is great. I recently saw the shiny Ember Mega. That's really... Excuse me, that was really cool. Oh. I do want to go with the grass Pokemon Bulbasaur. What I am going to do... Well, I probably won't be able to get the shiny charm in-game. I feel like said my own Pokemon game doesn't have shiny, so I can't even try my hand at it. Which Pokemon game? Because if it's red and blue, you're right. Red, blue, yellow don't have shinies. Pardon? Pokemon Ranger. I think Ranger has shinies actually. Hold on. I think it's a weird way to get them, but let me double check. Oh, there's no... You can't get them. That's all right. I know some of the side games have them and some of the side games don't, so being there, like... Some of them be there like, yes, let's just... Like, Pokopia obviously has no shinies. There's an event going on in Pokopia right now. Sableye's come to visit. I've got all of the furniture for it, and I've made its habitat. So even after the event, I can keep my Sableye. Apparently there's also a chance, though it's something I've never seen, that any, other than one trainer in, I believe, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, any trainer has the possibility to just have a shiny Pokemon. It's discovering Pokemon and the info thing rather than capturing them. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm a collector, right? I think that's the base part of my game. My brain likes the dopamine of rare thing. So... But I do like the world that they're in. I'm an info gatherer, eh? No nickname. But the thing is, in every game, I believe they have slightly different Pokedex entries. There aren't many games I would consider undocking my Switch for. Because I play like this normally. But this is one of them that I think would be really cool just to cozy up on a sofa. Like in the olden days, like I used to do with my Game Boy Advance, I cuddle up in the space under the stairs that my parents had. And just chill in there and play game. We're almost at 300 resets for Groudon. Oh, I didn't want a nickname. Also, I want to draw attention to my really cool controller. Hold on. My really cool controller. Got Mimikyu on it. They are ghosties, they're ghost best friends. I think Mimikyu and Gengar canonically like each other. There's a lot of Pokemon TCG where they're in the same card. Like the tag team. God, there's also a rainbow card with Mimikyu on it that's ridiculously expensive, like it's a piece of cardboard, calm down. I guess you could say the same about me with my, like, it's a doll, calm down. Nah, I get it. Oh, entry, I'll be right back. One more reset to 300, let's go! I think there's some way, if I link it to my Twitch, that I can do predictions. But, as I said, because I'm not really a Pokemon streamer, I don't know if it's worth it. We're actually catching up. to Groudon. I had 222 when I started tracking again. I'm just wondering which one's actually quicker. I think Groudon's quicker, so we're probably going to get the gap bigger. But yeah, what I was saying is the flooring's the same as in here. And the shelves are a lot of the same if you have a look, and the PC setup's very similar. I think the speed of me doing... Hey Q-Cubed, how are you doing? I think the speed of me doing resets depends on whether or not I notice that I need to press the forward button on my 3DS. Because I can spam A up until the point I need to take a step forward. But that relies on me noticing. I hope you're doing well. You get 2. Hey, why not, right? I hope you're doing well. We're just basically having a just chatting stream because I don't expect anything to happen. No, I only have it open once. But yeah, it's open once. You get 2 today, I guess. If it gives you 2, you get 2. I'm not bothering bug fixing it. Yeah, you get 2. I don't know why. After Destro's fish, I'm gonna restart it. Pardon? Yeah, but that's less effort than just closing and reopening the app. Like, I closed, it was only one instance. I'm playing it. I think the bug is when I re-log in and it's open, it reads it twice for some reason. So it's successfully connected. If you would like to fish, do a fish. Like a science time. I work by science alone. Nice. There we go. But yeah, it seems to happen when I oh, sorry, just this good bit. When I log in. I love me like a heavy reverb guitar. There's just something about it that's like, if I had more of a bass setting in my headphones, like my old headphones used to vibrate with bass. Oh, that'd be so good for this. Oh. Don't do that with my head. I realised how emphatic I am with my head. Being like, not able to do much with my head right now. I think I have an ear infection, I believe. Return of the Queen! Welcome back. How are you doing, a Libic Queen? I've seen you've been playing the new Outlaws Trials event. How are you doing? We're just trying. We're just chatting with some colours in the background, that's all we're doing. It's so arse, I hate not being able to throw stuff. I haven't actually loaded it up, I'm not gonna lie. Is that the event that... I just saw you were playing it. Dang, it's been like 3 months. Okay. And that's fine. Yeah, it's come and go as you please, I don't care. Yeah, it's not like Outlast, only bandages and batteries. Ah. That sounds like a cool concept, though. Buh. Well, to be fair, I did just type "ah" in the nickname, so... Ah. You're not right back, just buh. Ah. I also did start collecting Pokemon cards. That's a terrible idea for your finances. Has the market imploded yet? Like... Not yet. Ah. I hope you find some cards that you like that aren't too expensive. Or you get good deals on the ones that are. I only buy perfect order because Ascended is just impossible to get. I don't know what perfect order is. I know Ascended Heroes is like big, but I end up on the gold side guard. Nice. I know gold cards are that are rare, so that one I know. Of all the ones that I've seen of the card sets, I like Destined Rivals and I like Journey Together. Those are the two I've seen that I'm like, oh, those are pretty cool. But I open Magic cards sometimes. Journey is great because it's a high hit rate and amazing art. Yeah, and it's the art that I like. That's so cute. I do like the art in Destined Rivals as well. You say, "Am so head till I get a shiny?" Oh, the shiny is it reading the game. Yeah, got it. Have you tried blowing? Destiny Road was just awesome, but it's impossible to get my hands on unless my brother's work gets it. Ah, I didn't know it was a popular one, to be honest. I know Journey Together, for some reason, isn't that popular. But I guess it's because scalpers... It's too common, if that makes sense. That does make sense. What were you saying? Oh yeah.
Random question quiz on Pokemon. 2, you have to let the cashier open, like, break the seal on all the packs first.
Hmm.
And then you've also got to like have all your details with them so they know it's you. And I'm still like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but also I couldn't answer 15 random questions on Pokemon. Unless there were easy ones, like, what's the starter? And name 3 starters or something.
Just to prove they have some knowledge about it.
Because, like, I couldn't even tell you the difference between the generations. Like, I couldn't even tell you the order of, like, I know this is Gem 3. You pulled Ethan Turbo SIR. Oh, hell yeah. That one's, like, the chase, right? But I couldn't tell you what game comes after this. Maybe Black and White 2. Top 3. Oh, hell yeah. I do like some of the art on the cards. I think that's why I collected the set I collected it from Magic, was because I liked the art. Not... I kind of want to do like a draft of it. Isn't this Gen 1? No. No, it's not. So it's the remake of Ruby. This is Gen 3. It's in the same region. It's in Kalos. God, you start somewhere and then you go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's every Pokemon game.
No, as in you change regions. Hold on. I think it's Gen 3. Yeah, it's the Gen 3 remakes of the Gen 1 games. It's in Kanto. Yeah, it's the same region. It's the Gen 3 remake of the Gen 1 games, but there are 3 generations in this game. It is a Gen 3 game. So this is like... It's like how Black and White and Black and White 2 are like still, they're both still Gen 4. Pardon? How what? Oh, okay. Pokemon games confuse the shit out of me. I mean, they're released in like time batches, right? But because Gen 1 has had so many remakes, a lot of people play this instead of playing Red and Blue, because Red and Blue is just boring to watch now. I actually would love to do a Red and Blue playthrough, but I haven't got the plugin to do it authentically. But because... So, Gen 3 started, and then this was released after... You got to play Ultra Sun and Moon and Omega Ruby and Sapphire. They're not that expensive. Like, I'm literally... This was a tenner. And I have Omega Ruby. I have one of them. My other one stopped working. Every time you see it, so I was like 50 to 80. Where are you? Right, there's a difference. Okay, this depends how you do it, right? There's a difference between a boxed copy and a played loose copy. I don't want a boxed copy. I don't care. Oh no, loose. Well, this was... I go back and check, but it was like between 10 and 12 quid. It was not much. I'm using Vinted, not like eBay or anything. God, I got platinum for like 15. And platinum normally sells for like 100, but when people are just getting rid of their old games and they don't necessarily know what they have, you know what I mean? Like, my platinum copy that lucky. It's not luck if you're spending your time every day. Oh, let's see. You're spending your time every day looking for games at good prices. It's not luck. It's a bigger pain in the ass. So, this is my platinum copy. Which I spent months looking for. And then in here, we have my Pokemon games. And then Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are currently in the 2DSs. But I don't have room in here to fit my... Oh, does that fit it? There we go. But yeah, it's not luck in any means. In the same way that I'm shiny resetting here, that wasn't shiny. In the same way I'm shiny resetting here, I'm basically looking for a shiny when it comes to stuff. Like if I go right now, I'm just gonna show some listings. Hold on. Let's go DS Pokemon. No, I don't. Okay, we've got... Those are in boxes. Pokemon Diamond, 13 quid. Pokemon Platinum, 14.99. Hold on, CPU. It's a fake copy of Platinum. Okay. I think. But like scrolling down. What's this one? Mystery Dungeon. Oh my god, why is Mystery Dungeon so expensive? There is 7 DS games for 35 quid. One of them is Pokemon Sun. Wait, let's have a look at this Platinum. Like Platinum, 22 quid. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon and Pearl, 45, so that's 20 quid each. Pokemon Pearl, 25. Pokemon Pearl, 13. Like, in boxes, expensive. Black and white are expensive for some reason, looking at it. Pokemon White, 24, that's the cheapest I've seen. Not too bad a price. Yeah, if you're looking on eBay, you just got to shop around. Black and white's expensive, from what I'm seeing. But you can get a copy of Platinum, independent, between 10 and 20 quid. Oh my god, there's some really cute styluses. Ah. Let's have a look what else we got. Yeah, it looks like Pokemon Black and White are selling for between 45 and 50. But all you gotta do is like no life search around in the nicest way. Oh, there's some cute cases. Oh my god. Omega Ruby, 40 quid. That's kind of expensive. That's the first listing I've seen of it though. Oh, I do want... Okay, so there's a DS here that I love the design of, but I don't need a third DS. But like, look at that, it's got Xerneas and Yveltal on it. How much? 200 quid. But like, they're available. You know what I mean? There you go, Heart Gold, 30 quid, there's a cheaper version. Black and White, 45. Mystery Dungeon, tenner. Platinum, 25 quid. Yeah, Black and White 2, Black and White and Black and White 2 seem to be very expensive, but Heart Gold, 30 to... Yeah, it's not bad. It doesn't have a box and it's got signs of wear, but if you don't mind that, you know what I mean? Heart Gold and Soul Silver, both of them £55 together. Yeah, it's the first Pokemon White listing I've seen. But yeah, Pokemon Black and White seem to be about 50 quid. But what you want to do then is keep an eye on the listings, and then when someone doesn't know... I've decided to give Pokemon Ranger another trial my DS, and it's great so far, and everyone keeps saying, yeah, well, that's right, I'm thrilled. Hell yeah. But like, by contrast, those in cases are like 155, you know? Pokemon White, 24 quid. Fully functional. White 2, 23 quid. Black, 23 quid. But the point is, I've bothered to scroll through it, you know? Oh, no, I don't want... Ah. I'm like 100 listings in at this point, and that's how far it took to get a good price. If you're actually, like, trying. You know what I mean? Black 2, 30 quid. There you go. A little on the pricier side, yes. But yeah, people do love the remakes, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, they do. But yeah, like, I will say, look on secondhand websites, so like Vinted. You can look through eBay, but I don't think eBay will have the best prices. Things like shop around, and I would say check daily. Or just have a little scroll through, you know? Because I'm looking for a copy of Pokemon Emerald. But, you know. But it's about being a stubborn bitch, you know? Check my game store at some point. Yeah, like, if you have secondhand game stores like CEX or equivalent, have a look there. They tend to be slightly more expensive because they've got to make a profit, right? And depending on the store, it might be AI based. But have a look. Oh look, Pokemon Ranger on DS. But Alpha Sapphire 45, yeah, that seems about. Alpha Ruby 45. But yeah, Emerald. Okay. 30 quid. Now, there is Japanese versions of Black and White at 25 quid, but I believe you can just set the language. But just make sure you're... Yeah, CEX is way overpriced. I completely agree. But if you have an independent one, go have a look. No, it's worth looking. If it's in Japanese, pretty sure it's set in Japanese. Okay. Pokemon X, 30 quid. I paid less than that for mine. Sorry, I've gone down a rabbit hole. Oh, another Emerald Game Boy cartridge. Okay. I kind of hope one of them gives me an offer. I might get one for my birthday. Because that'll be nice to, like, curl up with my Game Boy Advance. They're rechargeable AA's, right, Destro?
Yeah.
Well, for that full American exclusive plasma rifle replica and box from EM. Go on called Apocalypse. Okay. Like, see, yeah, independent stores, much better. Places like, I would say I like Vinted because people could just put their junk on there and it's like, they price it. So obviously some of it's going to be way overpriced, but some of it's like, I just want to get rid of my games. A 10 is probably fine, but it's like a copy of Platinum, you know what I mean? So. Or parents who have no idea what they got. Exactly. So, it's like, oh, I'm clearing out my kid's shit. Like, just as an example, this is a 3DS XL, right? This was less than 100 quid. Bear in mind the massive spike that went up, right? Because people started getting these again. And I wanted a second one so I could do trade evolutions, right? And it's like, some people were selling like the basic version of that for 250, and I'm there like, I'll take one without a stylus and no box for much less, thank you. But obviously if you want something that's collector's edition, perfect quality, sealed, right? It's gonna be expensive. If you want loose game cartridge, you can find good deals on those. But unfortunately getting good deals is just looking at being tenacious, and if you're feeling a little cheeky, sending a lowball offer to the person, they might accept it, you never know. Especially if it's been like up for a while. So, it is possible. I also think we kind of live in a bit of a I've got to have it now culture, which it's not the best, but you know. And even me, I know, fall prey to that sometimes, but if you're looking for older stuff, patience, patience, patience. I don't want to nickname my Bulbasaur. I think there's also apps, and I don't know which ones, but you can track the common prices of popular items. Not just like the eBay last sold, but like how they trend over time. For things like collectibles in general, and maybe older games and things like that, you'd have to have a look. I still don't want to give it to If I want to buy a game with a box, I just buy the box and manual second hand for that. Yeah, exactly. And in the nicest way, a lot of the manuals are online. Oh, did that count twice? I might have counted twice. I think I counted twice. I do love this style of game. I wish they would like be a little bold and release another pixel game. Because there's just something so cool. But I guess we're like Wind and Waves is coming next year. I still don't want to give a nickname to Bulbasaur. And that's going to be 3D and free roam as well. But it looks like, even from the trailer, it looks like they've bothered a lot more. But then again, it is the 10th anniversary, 30th anniversary Gen 10 release, yeah? So. I know we can't have a Pokemon game without Kanto because of Gen 1 fanboys who raged at what's SNS? I mean, I'm pretty sure Wind and Waves won't be in Kanto. Sword and Shield. Ah. I've always seen it put SWSH, but what was wrong with... But the gen before that, this is Gen 7. This is also not Kanto. Oh, with the Kanto Mons, I get it. I understand now. I mean, there were some Kanto Mons. But the problem is, here's the main problem. It's the power creep in the games, right? And to keep Gen 1 relevant, they have to have so much added to them. Like, apart from, like, maybe Mewtwo. But Mewtwo has such a diverse moveset that it means that it gets that buff. Had its own Pokédex and Galar, and there was complete outrage of only Galar Mons. Oh! Was that in, like, testing? Because, like... Hold on. I'm gonna check the Pokédex. My Pokemon Home. I missed the National Dex. Early release, okay. But yeah, Gen 1 needs help to remain relevant. Because otherwise they're just going to be weak. Why is Floette the most traded Pokemon? Mighty Delphox, new gift, got it already, season 10 of that. Yeah, received, I'm gonna try something. Because, like, I'm resetting on this one anyway. I have been booped. Am I connected to the internet? I can't remember. It's not the biggest issue, I can just trade it over, but this one plays platinum. Okay, I need to make sure I connect to the internet. My capture styler is a flip phone, hell yeah. I love that you can tell the era that these are from, because, like, the games, I mean, because you can tell what kind of device they have. I think it's that. That is a hell of a username, but fuck yeah. Oh, I remembered it. Hell yeah. With the whole Dexit thing, because you couldn't transfer the Pokemon in the game like previous versions, only those to the region, and then came the other. Okay. Right. I'm sciencing. Oh, wrong button. Yeah, I know Sword and Shield was the first one that, is Sword and Shield where they got rid of the national dex? Because, oh, Sun Ultra Moon is national dex, right? There's 400 main, and then extras. And then Sword and Shield, they didn't have a national dex, which I'm sad about, because I love the national dex. But, you know, whatever. Okay, well, I'm updating my console. Maybe it'll run quicker. But yes, personally, national dex enjoyer. I like having regional decks and then unlocking the national decks. I think that's really cool. It's like a reward. But I understand why. When you get to a certain point, the amount of data that would have to be stored would slow down so much. I actually really like Sword and Shield. It's my favourite Switch Pokemon game. I think I like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon as my favourite game. But Sword and Shield, I think, is the one I have the most hours in. Like, put it this way, I spend most of my time in Dynamax Adventures. I love me a Dynamax Adventure. I am currently hunting Zapdos. But I can crochet while doing a Dynamax Adventure. I can actually crochet, do a Dynamax Adventure, and reset for Groudon at the same time. I liked it because it meant the focus was on the new Pokemon and the region exclusive, not just the same ones that have been around for decades. I do like that when they focus. I do like when they focus on the new Pokemon. However, when people have Pokemon that they've brought into every game, like a Porygon, for example, and it's like their baby, and they love to make sure that they have it in the game and play through it, and they're emotionally attached, and then suddenly they can't do that anymore. I get that too. I personally just enjoy hunting in the games. I like that there's a rare version. I like that in Dynamax Adventures you get a little loot box at the end. I was frustrated in Scarvy because the shinies were like... They don't make a noise unless you encounter them. Fine. But in Legends Arceus they had the noise, right? And then they suddenly changed to not having the noise. And it's like, why did you do that? And then the colours in Scarvy are so desaturated. And then I didn't get it on release. By the way, Scarlet Violet, I didn't get it on release. I waited a while until some of the updates of optimization, and then I got it. But yeah, today I just needed something with less movement. I was going to do ZA shiny hunting, and then my whole head went, no, you're fucking no. I think I'm actually going to have to play my Platinum game on my original DS. Because there's stuff with it, right, where if you have a copy of Emerald, Sapphire, Ruby, and you put it in the other slot, it reads it and adds a Pokemon. Which I think's so cool, by the way. If you have the fact that they had a console with 2 slots and they actually utilised the fact that you could put something in the other one for the game to change. That's awesome. But what are your opinions, if you've seen the Wind and Waves trailer, what are your opinions on the new Pokemon starters? I love Gekwa. Pombod's adorable, but you know they're going to make him stand up. Brout's really funny. I do love me a Brout. I think I'm going to choose Brout. But I think Gekwa's my favourite. Right, let's check this. I'm just doing a confirmation of something I thought. I'm also glad they added region variants, like Alolan variants and Galarian variants. Because it like allows a lot of the older Pokemon to like be relevant again, and it also provides the world building that I like. So you see more of the fact that like, oh, there's evolution, and like even in the Hisuian Pokedex they mention evolution. I'm sciencing. I think this is something I can't do, but the wording on Pokemon Home confused me. Holy shit! Am I wrong? Oh no. It's currently unavailable. Okay, that's what I thought, but it didn't make sense to me in how they phrased it on the thing. Okay, that's what I thought. I can't download Pokemon Bank because they didn't download it before the cutoff. But in Pokemon Home, it's there like, oh, it's now free for all users, and I'm there like, does that mean we can? But no, it's only if you currently have it. That's fine. Honestly, I'm probably going to keep them in the games anyway. I like having a portable one. Yeah, the Switch is portable, I know, but I don't like it to be. Like, it's expensive. Like, I can afford to replace a DS. I can't afford to replace a Switch 2. Well, we're probably 1% into our hunt, by the way. We've probably done 1% of the resets we need to do for Bulbasaur. I will also be hunting all of the legends, but I know that there's the raw bug with the other one, so with the end one, so that's the one I'd have to save my Master Ball for. It would be Entei because I'm choosing Bulbasaur. So for shiny Entei, I'd have to save my Master Ball because there's a bug, but if he roars me out, I lose the encounter. But we don't know whether it's a bug. It seems unfair, you know? Oh. I'm probably going to finish stream soon. I'll do 2 more resets just so it's at a nice 220. Or should we do 222? 222 seems nice. Now remember, this is probably like 1.1% of the way through our hunt. I'm expecting 20k if not more resets, okay? And I know some people are there like, what the fuck, just play the game. This is me playing the game. Let me play it how I want. I also, this morning, I hurt my shoulder last night, or yesterday during the day. And I didn't want to have to change the game, and the game cartridge currently in is Pokemon Shield. But I don't fancy doing Dynamax Adventures. Okay. But I can do it slower and crochet while doing this. Pop something on. I feel like this is the most efficient way I can do it. Oh. I keep clicking A and like, why is nothing happening? And you may be wondering why I don't reset immediately. Because I don't want to reset over the shiny. Because that would be heartbreaking. Very funny. Heartbreaking though. Okay, last reset of the day. Not shiny. Alright, thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I really appreciate it. Thank you, VV. Thank you, JRJ. Thank you, Young Clicks. Thank you, Cloudy. Thank you, Destro. Thank you, QQ. I appreciate you all being here. Remember to eat, drink, rest, vote today. If you can, vote today. Your vote matters. And I appreciate you being here. Right, if you vote today, right, this is your encouragement. If you vote today, I give you a free fish tomorrow. Alright. See you soon.